Hey guys, it's Jason with Photofied.
This is Tim with Photofied.
And so we're going to update you on what's been going on. And so Tim has had a lot of changes, right?
Right, Jason.
Right.
I have had a lot of changes. Channel 4 News.
Yep.
So basically, a month and a half ago, I quit my job, which is scary and really kind of cool. So I'm doing video full time, which is awesome. So I've been hustling like crazy on that. And so far, been making, I know it's right in the winter, so kind of dumb time to do it in one sense. So far, I've been making more than I was at my previous job, which is awesome. Like this month, depending on, I just got a big job, or pretty big job for me anyways. The person paid the deposit today. If we go through with the whole job, that'll be like 2 months of my expenses paid for with one job. That'll take me about a week, which would be awesome. So right now it's pretty much I do a job in a day that pays me for a week, and then I spend the rest of the week trying to get another job. So I'm a part of a networking group here locally in Lakewood, and I go there twice a week, and I make videos for them to kind of keep my image in front of all 300 members that are there to try and get more work. So far it's worked out good. We'll see how January, February, March goes, and hopefully I'll be able to actually make enough money to actually get a house. That is the plan.
You've been in a better place than I am. I really want to get a house right now.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Jason?
I got done shooting a wedding in Mexico about a week ago. And that was fun, a destination wedding, and a lot of people have asked me, I think, so do they pay for everything? And for this one, no, because it's my first one, and the way I kind of did it was I said, hey, you guys will just, pay for us to go over there, and then I said, I'll put $600 in and stay for 4 days after that. So it was kind of like a vacation for me as well. That's why I don't have any footage. I do have a little video that I made, and I might post it, but it's nothing.
Why not?
It has nothing connected to wedding photography or photography in general. Because I just didn't want to think about photography. The whole point of that was just to have a vacation.
Just to get away.
Yeah, just to get away. But the destination wedding thing is happening. Kind of an interesting thing is, from this channel, I'm actually shooting a wedding in Illinois in June. So that's just crazy that someone from, this channel, from the community, called me up, and it was kind of really humbling, actually.
They're like, you come off kind of mean some of the time. You want to shoot my wedding?
But and he showed me the type of work he wanted me to do and stuff, and so it's really humbling. So
awesome.
And then, gosh, what else? I don't know. I'm getting kind of bored and burnt out in photography, but so me and Tim were talking, and I was like, maybe I should. I was talking to my wife. That's what it was. I was like, maybe I should turn on video. Basically do wedding videos again and stuff.
Now you have done wedding video before.
Yeah, I've done it before. That was primarily what I did before I was a photographer. Is I did wedding videos. So video's always been pretty close to my heart. So the only thing is it's editing storylines that aren't real. And weddings are sometimes that way. Sometimes
Everyone
they're great.
had a great time.
Yeah. So I might like basically do a couple wedding videos this year. I'm thinking, just two.
So are you just doing what I do and trying to avoid wedding video and trying to do all other sorts of videos?
See, for me, it's like.
But all your clientele is weddings, so you're kind of stuck.
I'm kind of stuck in that, but I mean, I'll do some music videos just for fun, just to get myself out of a little boring rut that I might. Because here's the thing: is like, you shoot all the time, and then.
How many weddings do you this year, anyways? Roughly.
32, I think.
Okay.
I think it's 32 or 30 I did this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm booking's been fairly. I mean, it's been fairly consistent. I mean, it is a little slow this year, but it always is. Sydney, my wife. She's working like part-time, just doing teaching. So my wife has a bachelor's degree in microbiology, and so she can go out and do like part-time teaching for like a couple hours a day over at the community college.
Awesome.
So she teaches math. So I stay at home with the kids and edit photos and try to get work with weddings and stuff. So.
Doing the hustle.
Yeah. So, another thing is, I rented a space to create a wedding video. Basically a training video for weddings. So I'll be making a 3-hour long video talking about like how I shoot a wedding. Instead of like trying to post it on here and try to do a live wedding, what I did is I'm renting out an actual ceremony and reception hall, and then I have a couple, and I'm gonna go through systematically how I shoot weddings, how I run my business, how I edit, how I call, the whole 9 yards, and it's gonna be broke up in chapters, and I might have that done by the middle, probably by the beginning of next year. I'm thinking
that's a good deadline.
I think the beginning of next year because it's realistic, and I have a lot of pre-production work I have to do and post-production work because some of the videos are going to be done in the studio, and I'm going to talk about why I use what I use. I'm going to talk about gear. I'm going to talk about how I use it, how I don't use it, and why I don't use it, and so on and so forth. So it'll be a really comprehensive. I think it will be the most comprehensive. That's my goal, is to make it the most comprehensive video for wedding photography.
That is a big claim right there.
That's a huge one, but that's my goal, is to do that.
Good luck.
How to light a cake, how to light a table, and to get like consistent photography all the time. So
that sounds good.
In a dark venue. So I'm gonna be in a really dark venue, so it's all gonna be about flash, because natural light, if you're outdoor wedding, you're not going to be using flash too much. And if you know how to use flash indoors, it's going to be very easy to use it outdoors. Mm-hmm. So it'll correlate well with all of that. And I'll begin filming in February 18th.
I think I got that on my calendar because I'm doing camera.
Yeah, you're doing camera for me. So,
well,
I mean, what else are you doing? You stopped. You're doing all that craziness, and
yeah. That's.
Well, how many videos have you done? I mean,
since when?
Since you started.
Since I've been full time.
Yeah.
In the past month and a half. Probably close to 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been hustling a lot, but yeah. I actually got something new. I got a new graphics card for my computer. So I got a RX 480, which is a Radeon AMD graphics card for 8 gigabytes RAM. It's a nice little guy, not very expensive, but has some good stats. Because I use DaVinci Resolve, which is a pain in the butt program as far as weight-wise. Because I have an 8-core, 3.6 gigahertz i7 processor, 24 gigs of RAM. Now I got the graphics card in there, it works real nice. Also bought the Razer TARDIS controller, I think TARDIS Tarantula, I don't know, whatever it's called. The one you put your hand on and you got all the macro buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I'm able to edit really quick now. Like, and I just sit down, grab my mouse, controller, and I just cruise, and I don't have to touch the keyboard unless I write a file name. I'm not touching the keyboard.
You look like Lawnmower Man.
Pretty much.
That shows my age.
But I do.
So what about oh gosh, come on! I went brain dead.
I can keep on going on my videos if you want.
And well, yeah. So
I can edit faster.
Yeah, no, you did a video though. I was talking to you, and a guy called you up in the middle of the night, and he's like, hey, can you?
He texted me at 6 a.m. Yeah. You're talking about the emergency.
Yeah, the emergency
edit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what was the story? Yeah,
okay.
Tell the story
it's
on that.
Kind of it's whatever story. So this guy called me up at 6 in the morning, saying he needed a video edited by the next day. Didn't ever say why. I didn't ever ask. I just charged him for it. And so I had to drive up to Seattle to pick up an external hard drive from him to actually do the edit. And I found it at 8 gigabytes of data, which is a very small amount. I send that over the internet all the time, but I didn't know that at the time. So I then got the video and stayed up all freaking night editing that thing and put it together. And you're not going to see that video because I don't want to show it. But,
well, you didn't film it.
I didn't film it.
It wasn't your thing.
It wasn't mine, but the client was happy with the result. It's not my style, so that's why we're not really going to show it. But the client was happy with the result. I got the job done in time. I actually I used the money from that job to buy the new graphics card and to buy my controller because I'm like, alright, I gotta edit quicker, so I bought all that stuff and put it on my computer on the way home, or once I got home, and went a lot quicker. And then actually with one of the music videos I just did, I actually edited that one in like 2 or 3 hours. I came home from the shoot and I edited it so fast I didn't want to give it to the client.
You edited it basically like a multicam setup though.
Yeah.
You basically did a multicam setup, but you basically did live editing.
Yeah.
To get it done. That was super smart.
Yeah.
Like,
so
awesome.
this last music video he did 16 basically takes all the way through the entire song. So I line up all 16 takes to the music, and then I make my multicam clip in DaVinci Resolve.
Basically.
Yeah, and then I nest all those inside of there, and then I basically choose through as I'm going what I want all 16 different takes, and then slight adjustments and slight movements. And yeah, I edited it so fast I had to wait till the end of the day to give it to him because it felt like, alright, I'm going to charge you this much money to do this video, and I turned it around in 2 hours. That just felt that is like, alright, I want to make it seem like it takes longer. So I waited till the end of the day.
That's why wedding photographers hold photos for 6 months, because they want to create anticipation. It's true.
Yeah, I don't mind at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But then actually they were
crooked bastard.
Yeah, they were done with it at the end of the day because we did a few revisions, and then they bought it that morning, and then they actually posted on their Facebook and got like 5,000 views in a couple hours, and he was already a popular guy, and then they asked for another video that day, or not to be shot that day, but started the talks for another video, and he's supposed to email me tonight.
So we'll
see.
I do want to talk about something interesting that happened in Mexico when I was shooting that wedding. Humidity is a fun bastard.
That's true.
So, the A7 II, I had it, and I'm doing my thing, and none of my buttons are working. And, I never thought about going inside and outside a lot. Because you go inside, it's AC, and then you go outside, and humidity is just insane. Which is kind of interesting. So what I learned, though, and I did test, by the way, I did these tests before the shoot of the wedding to find out, because I knew it was humidity, I knew it was going to be
Did it mess with your lenses bad?
A little bit. I mean, it fogged them up.
Yeah.
But I always carried a rag around me during the day, so I'd always clean up my lenses. And it would take like 2 minutes for it to finally, what's the word?
Clear
up. For them to get it condensed to the air and whatever. Wrong word.
Being all scientific.
Yeah. So, but my buttons didn't work. But I took my A6000 out, and I was like, oh, everything's fine. And I just put my lens out, and I shot the guy's photos. It only happened that time. And I took out my battery.
Was it during the end of the day or the start of the day?
The start of the day. Okay. So,
That's a lot of humidity already from the night.
So I just took out my A6000 and shot. Sid was upstairs with the girls shooting, and she never ran into that issue. I didn't run into that issue throughout the day, but my shutter didn't work, and I just couldn't, even getting through my function menu, it just went. Now and I want to say this too. It's kind of interesting because I was talking to Tim about the Nikon D3S and stuff like that, but because I was thinking, maybe I might just buy a couple Nikons.
Well, part of the reason is because you break. You're
not really rough.
You're not light on your gear.
Yeah.
I'm very nice to my gear. You are not nice to your gear.
No, I'm like, just get in your box and shut up, hammer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, well, I've already done 118,000 articulations on this camera that we're on right now. In a year and a half. Yeah. I mean, it'll die out by the middle of next year. I mean, there are 250 or 200 articulations before the shutter's kind of like, ugh. But no one's really. I guess.
Come on, Jason, you gotta be the one to push.
I've gotta be the one to push it to the limit, and that's what I'm gonna do. And that's why we always carry 2 cameras with us when we're at our wedding. But me and Sid are gonna buy the A7S II because I like the file size and I like the low light capabilities.
The file size is nice.
But what this goes into with Nikon is that I still am thinking about buying a Nikon D3S. It's 12. It does good in low light. They're a great camera. It's a good shooter's camera. It doesn't have any video functions, but what it does for photos is pretty much all one really needs. I think it's 9 frames a second. I mean, those type of things are great for a wedding shooter. Like those type of speeds are great.
I never push my camera like above the 6 or 7 mark, whatever it is.
Yeah, and you can shoot 6400 ISO and be clean with that camera. I've downloaded raw images for the D3S, and it's a great camera. So, I'm not one to like be, but I still would shoot with the Sony as a secondary. Like have like the A7S and the Nikon. I know a couple Sony shooters that shoot that way. Like the Nikon's a great autofocus system, but I also love the Sony for that manual thing because I shoot weddings manually, and that's just
which is crazy.
It's my thing.
Which is crazy. By the way, a wedding that Jason will never see the photos of because I'm not too happy with them. But a wedding I shot photos of. My most recent one, I shot all manual lenses, not even thinking about it really because obviously that's what Jason does. So and I shoot a lot of manual stuff. I shoot all manual for video, obviously, and holy crap, is it hard. Shooting manual focus at a wedding. F that.
It's not.
It is so hard.
I think I think my first wedding was definitely difficult, and it definitely threw me for a loop. But at the end of the day, I got less shots that I got more shots and less out of focus shots.
And why do you trust the manual versus all the autofocus features you have?
Moisture, that's a good one. Let's just go right there for the Mexico thing. One thing I never had an issue with is I never had an issue with water in my lens and electronics in my lens. The autofocus motor going out. It's one less thing to break. Another thing is that it's on you if it's out of focus. It's all on you.
That's what I didn't like about the wedding.
It's all on you, and you're liable.
Dude, the exit shots going out to the car, one is in focus enough.
Did you try to do a follow focus while shooting?
I don't think I did. I probably did.
Yeah, I did.
I think one was in focus enough going to walk out to the car, and all the rest I'm like, wow, these are blurry, and I can't I was going to to the couple, oh, the autofocus system messed up or whatever, but I didn't say anything, and they were happy with the photos, so that's fine. I kind of wish I had autofocus to blame right there.
So a good trick for that.
Do you use focus peaking?
No, I zoom in and I get my focus, and then because during the ceremony they're not moving, right?
The ceremony is fine.
Yeah, the ceremony is easy. No one's moving. Everyone's seated. There's no movement. Okay, unless they're walking down or walking forward, and I usually use my A6000 with the 35 for those.
That is autofocus lens though.
Yeah, it's an autofocus lens, so I do use it for that. I'll use the A6000 during dancing and stuff. I use flash, so I'm always shooting at ISO 400. And with the A6 or the A7 IIs, the highest I'll shoot is 1600 ISO. They will go higher, but I just don't see a reason to go any higher. If you have to go higher, you need light. You need to light up your scene. Yeah, we have all these cameras that can go crazy ISOs and stuff, but if the lighting sucks, the lighting sucks. I mean, you need to add light. So, but here's a trick with the manual focus and moving subjects, is you can put it in auto ISO, and then change your aperture in manual mode, turn it to auto ISO,
okay.
And then if the subject's moving, you can just go from F2 to like 5, 6, or 8. Really quick, and then shoot, and then your shots will be in focus because you're getting wider depth of field. You won't have that creamy depth of field, but at least your subject will be in focus.
So you're F2, and you're focused here, and so when they come into plane, you fire at F2, and then you just rock down your aperture, and then you get a wider depth as they're going through. But you start at F2, so if they're going through, is your pre-focus F2, then boom, they're here. F2, 8, F3, 5, F4, 5, F5, 6, all those stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
You can do that. That's a trick. Or you just crank it to F8, and then you're always safe.
More or less.
But another thing is you can crank it and then move, just tilt your manual, just tilt your focus just a little bit. Just a little bit this way. So you go to 8 and then go boop, and then you're good. So I love it. I really love manual. I don't know. And would you stick with manual if you went to Nikon? Yeah, I would still do. I would still probably. I think the Nikon is what I would use it for, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this to you, Sony users, to anyone.
To
Nikon,
you, Sony users.
To you, Sony users.
You know who you are.
So, the thing is this. Sony does not know how to build cameras that are built like tanks. They haven't done that yet. They have the A99, which is now there. I really do feel it's like they actually, but what they did with the A99 is they totally tourniqueted the market with the mount, and they really screwed up their market there by focusing so much time on the A7 II, and I think we can all agree. So, the A99 was also an option I was thinking, but really what annoys me is they still have the mirror there, and you're losing light, and it's like we spend and it has good ISO, and I know that would be the compensation for that.
You just don't like the thought of a third of your light going.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like if I want with a mirror in it, I'll just get a camera like a digital SLR and let it do its thing. The Nikon D3S has a great autofocus system in it. It's a great camera, and it's 10 years old, and it's still even relevant today in the sense of photos. And I think it's 13 stops of dynamic range, which is still plenty. But I don't know. That's not like a thing I'm gonna do. Like I said, I am gonna buy a Sony A7S IIs. That's going to happen.
Is that 2017's plan?
Maybe at the end or 2018. Okay. They might come out. I'm seriously. I'll wait until they drop the price.
A7S III or whatever.
I'm not gonna. I think what would be nice is if the IBIS and body stabilization can auto detect manual lenses without having electronic connection to the lens. Because what I really hate is when you put a lens on and you forget that you had an 85, you put a 35 on, and now your IBIS is an 85 on a 35. And now you have overcompensation of movement. And I don't know how many times that has like messed up a good photo for me. Just because of the compensation.
The only way it would be able to do that is if
it can detect the focal length.
It can't do that though. The only way to be able to tell, not electronically, be able to tell the difference is to tell the compression of certain objects and have to know us at distance beforehand.
Algorithms. Build it, Sony. Come on.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Do something. Sony.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got. But, yeah, there are wedding photographers that are dual shooters with Nikon and Sony, and they're great. They're a great match, and so I might do that. If I do it, it's not like I'm going to use the Nikon as my primary body. It'll be my B camera a lot of the times. It'll basically be my A6000. So, and I'll have a 35 and 85 for it. And that's all.
That's probably it.
That's all I would need. I wouldn't be investing a huge amount in lenses. So, but that's our update. I don't think there's much more we could talk about.
No, business is going good. Yeah. Nervous about the winter, but with this big job, it really helps out with what I got going on, and I got savings.
And I got a sugar mama, so I think things are good.
We both got it figured out, one way or another. What's gonna win over the winter, sugar mama or savings?
Well, one can divorce, and the other one
can go away.
Can go away quickly in a divorce.
That's true.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.